What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just, back again with another video. This is your one-stop shop for anime and manga. Let's get into it. Real quick, if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so you know when I post another video. Now, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be doing top 10 beginner anime. Now, this video is more for the people who haven't seen too much anime or who have never seen anime at all. This is a few good series that I think anyone should start with, and with these series, you might actually get more into anime. Now, this is just my thoughts on what can be some good beginner anime for someone who's never watched anime at all, or for someone who's only seen maybe one or two anime series and they want to get more into it. So to make this video a little easier, I decided to make my top 10 into categories just so it could be a little easier to follow in case you hear one series, you may not like it, but you hear something else and you may enjoy that one. So for the first category, no particular order, it's going to be amazing animation. Now, amazing animation is just anime that just looks beautiful. It looks amazing. If not the story, if not the music, then just the way the fights play out, the way the characters play out, the way everything looks, the world, that's going to draw you in. So first for amazing animation, we got Jujutsu Kaisen. So Jujutsu Kaisen has to deal with cursed spirits that walk around Earth, and these few people that can see the spirits are called Jujutsu sorcerers, and they're the ones who fight off these cursed spirits. The main character, Itadori, finds that he doesn't have any cursed spirit energy, but he can still see these spirits and he can still fight the spirits. Now, if you haven't heard of Jujutsu Kaisen, definitely give it a watch. It's incredible. The fights are amazing. The animation is crisp and clean. The colors they use for the different auras, because every Jujutsu sorcerer has different color for their aura, which is their Jujutsu cursed spells and stuff like that. So that looks beautiful. The world looks beautiful. The story is incredible, and definitely give it a try. Number 2, we got Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is about a boy named Tanjiro. He is walking back home when he finds that his family was killed by demons. And not only that, his sister has been also turned into a demon. So now he goes on a mission to find the progenitor of demons to kill him. Now, the way they fight is different. They don't fight hand-to-hand combat. Everyone in this series usually uses a katana, and they have different what's called breathing techniques. Slight spoiler for Tanjiro, he gets the water breathing technique, and it looks amazing. When he does these slashes, when he does these different fight maneuvers, everything just looks crisp, it looks clean. The animation is second to none. I mean, it's just beautiful how they can make just fighting with a normal sword incredible because of these breathing techniques. On his way to find the progenitor of demons who killed his family, he joins the Demon Slayer Corps. Every Demon Slayer uses a different breathing technique, and the way that they animate all the different breathing techniques are incredible. They're all completely different. None looks like the other one. So when you watch this, it's so vibrant, so colorful, but yeah, it has that darker tone because these demons, they do kill people, they do eat people. So the Demon Slayers are there to stop them. For number 3, we got Fire Force. Fire Force is about this phenomenon called spontaneous human combustion. And what that means is normal everyday people will just erupt into flames and become these fire demons. And it's up to the special Fire Force, who are like religious firefighters, to stop them. And what I mean by religious firefighters is they have nuns who will stay in the back and pray for the souls of these people so that they can go to the sun god, while the Fire Force specialists actually put these people to rest. And when they put them to rest, they have to kill these innocent civilians. Fire Force looks amazing because everything's just surrounded by fire. They wear these special firefighter uniforms that are black and blue, and the blue glows in the dark. So when they fighting these different enemies, when they find these different human combustion, everything just looks incredible. It looks almost neon. And another thing I love about Fire Force is they don't use traditional fire techniques. Like for the main character, his fire technique, he can only come from his feet. So he has to find different ways to fight with his feet. And his actual Fire Force uniform doesn't have shoes. It doesn't have long pants because they burn up. So he's doing these crazy flips. He's doing these crazy kicks. And that's how he fights. While someone else, he channels plasma in the hilt of a sword. So he essentially makes a plasma sword. And that's how he fights. He can't produce fire from his hands, from his feet. He just channels the plasma through the hilt of the sword. And he goes to cutting people away. The next category I broke this down into is sports. I think by far the best sports anime I've seen is Haiku. Haiku is a volleyball anime, and the main character wants to play volleyball, but he finds that he's too short. Until he sees a star volleyball player who's just as short as he is. And that's what gives him the energy to actually go and play volleyball. Now for sports anime, it's a little different. Obviously, their action scenes are these games. And I'm telling you, when you watch Haiku, you're going to want to go and play volleyball yourself. It's incredible how they can get so much tension, so much adrenaline, and just to see how everything plays out. Haiku's going to have you so invested that you're going to be feeling incredible highs when they're winning and incredible lows when they're losing. And when the game is nip and tuck, you're going to be on the edge of your seat wondering what's going to happen. Number 5, Kirkos Basketball. Kirkos Basketball is about a freshman who joins the basketball team. And he's coming from a middle school where he was on a team with the Generation of Miracles. Now, the Generation of Miracles are the 5 best basketball players in the world, and they were only middle schools at the time. The 5 members of the Generation of Miracles went to different high schools, but there was a secret 6th member of the Generation of Miracles, and that's who our protagonist is. Now, Kirkos Basketball goes through Kirkos' life, trying to defeat the Generation of Miracles. He finds another player that is just as good as they are, and that's when all hell breaks loose. Now, the reason I'm recommending this is because if you love basketball, you're going to love this one. They have what's called their special abilities, and it's basically what normal moves are in the actual NBA. The actual basketball games are so fast-paced, so incredible, so amazing. Now, it does get a little bit of a knock because their special moves can sometimes be incredibly overpowered and obviously shonen and fake. For example, someone who's able to shoot from the other side of the rim. That's just not going to happen in an actual NBA game or an actual basketball game. But I think that's what makes Kirkos Basketball fun is it takes the elements of basketball, adds a little twist on them to add the shonen flair, and then it's just a good storytelling anime. Now, if you don't like battle shonen or you don't like sports, I made something that's more story-driven, and it's the psychological category. The psychological category obviously deals with more psychological elements, and it's not going to be these crazy fights or these crazy, insane feats of what the hell. It's just going to be the protagonist and the people around the protagonist doing things in their mind, doing things in their head to get through the situation that they have to. So the first in the psychological category, number 6, Erased. Erased is about a guy who can travel back in time a few seconds and stop bad things from happening. After a tragic event in his adult life, he inadvertently goes back in time to when he's in middle school, and he finds out he has to stop this girl from getting kidnapped and being murdered. So this one's definitely more of a mystery. It's an incredible story. This is a great beginner anime because if you don't want to see crazy battles, you don't want to see crazy feats of athleticism, you can just sit down, watch this, and have fun with the story. It's more of a mystery because he has to find out who the killer is because the killer is also affecting him in his adult life. So while reliving middle school, he befriends this girl and now he's trying to protect her while also finding out who the killer is. Definitely check out Erased if you want a more story-driven anime. Now for number 7, we have Tomodachi Game. Tomodachi Game deals with a group of friends and one of them entered the Tomodachi Game. So basically what happens is they have to do these crazy tasks and find out who entered them in this Tomodachi Game. The twist is with the Tomodachi Game is the losers are going to have incredible debt. So the debt is split up between these group of friends and everything they do either makes the debt go up or it goes down. And you find that some people are not truly being honest with the Tomodachi Game and some people are trying to make their debt go down but make everyone else's go up. So it's really a struggle of who's the one that's doing this, who's the one that's betraying the friends. So like I said, this is definitely a more psychological series because the entire time you're trying to figure out first who entered the Tomodachi Game. Now, who is the traitor? Also, is the traitor even the same person that entered them in the Tomodachi Game? And it just spins on from there. So definitely give that a look. For the 8, we have Death Note. Now, Death Note needs no introduction. This is obviously my favorite anime of all time. So it's about a boy named Light who finds the Death Note and he's able to kill anyone as long as he knows their name and he knows their face. And the greatest detective named L finds this out and he's now looking for Light. The reason I love this one so much is because of the psychological elements. There is no battles, there is no crazy feats. It's just L and Light with battles of the mind, trying to find out each other's identity, trying to find out who's who, so Light can kill L so he can keep going with his plan, or L can bring Light to justice and see what that's about. Now for my last 2, these are definitely beginner anime, but I didn't know what category because they didn't really fit into any other of the categories. So I decided to just name this one Miscellaneous, and we'll just take it from there. For number 9, we have Baki. Now, Baki is by far what I believe has the best fights in all of anime. This is a little bit of a bloodier anime, not too much, but this is just strictly martial arts. There are crazy feats, but there's no impossible feats. Nope, let me take that back. There are definitely impossible feats, but it's all under the context of martial arts. So with Baki, this group of prisoners that don't know each other, they all break out and they head to Japan because they want to experience defeat. And with that, they meet Baki and his friends, and they start just fighting it out. And I'm talking about the essential rule is there are no rules. You can fight at any moment when you're with your girl, when you're on the toilet, when you're sleeping. At any moment, you can just break down and start fighting. And I have to say, these fights are some of the most intense fights I've ever seen in all of anime. I have been watching anime for years, and I have never seen fights that are better than Baki fights. When me and my cousin are talking about different anime we want to watch, and if they're battle shonen, we always ask each other, now, are the fights good, or are these Baki fights? Because we even categorize the type of fights Baki has. They're that good. Now, if you want something where you just turn your brain off, you just enjoy pure battling, definitely give Baki a try. Number 10 in the miscellaneous category is Black Clover. Black Clover is an amazing anime because it follows Asta, who is born without magic in this world with magic. And he finds that he now has anti-magic because of this 5-leaf grimoire that he gets. So because of that, no one wants him. He joins the worst possible Magic Knight group, and you basically just follow him on his quest to become the Wizard King. This is a little bit like Naruto. If you've seen Naruto before, especially the first few arcs, is essentially just Naruto but with magic. But once Black Clover gets into its own, it becomes an incredible series. It's so different from other magical ones that I've seen. And once it breaks away from the beginning arcs, you're definitely going to fall in love with Black Clover. So the main character in Black Clover is Asta, and his rival is called Yuno. And Yuno, of course, is the one that's gifted. He has the most potential. He has the best magic. I like this rivalry more because this rivalry is definitely more of a friendship rivalry. They're foster brothers who were raised since they were babies. So they have a very strong brotherly bond. And everything they do is just for laughs, it's just for fun. But they do want to see who can get to the Wizard King first. Now, these are the 10 anime series that I believe will get anyone into anime. This is just my list. Let me know what your list is down below. And if you haven't, consider subscribing. Leave a like. Hit the bell so you know when I post another video. This is your boy Just. I'm off this.